Hello everybody. I'm here in the foster room, so it's gonna be noisy and there's kittens everywhere. Ow, and they're chewing on my foot. But I wanted to make a little intro to the next video because Ginger, Squash, and Cinders does leave us. They went to the rescue that Mahjong's family runs. There are several reasons I made that decision. Squash was not getting better. One of my vets had diagnosed him with a URI, upper respiratory infection, and we were doing antibiotics, and he had several breathing treatments and was being tube fed, plus the nutritional gel and the Karo syrup, and he just wasn't getting better, or he'd get better and then he'd get worse. And I just had a gut feeling that it wasn't a URI, and I kept, calling the vet and taking him to the vet and asking the vet, and and he kept saying, they don't always sneeze and cough and have eye problems with URI. But he wasn't doing any of that, and the antibiotics wasn't working, and he just, I don't know. I've seen a lot of URIs, and I knew that wasn't what it was. So I called several rescues, and I called people and fosters that I knew and talked to them about it. And finally, I called Mahjong's mom, and they have a lot of the medical equipment I don't have. They have been running this rescue for over 30 years, and and have been able to do things I don't have. They have an oxygen chamber, and they have several different vets they work with. So we decided to send them together, and I do talk about that in the video, so I won't here. Now, what Squash has is called hyperthorax. I hope I said that right. What that is a condition where fluid builds up in between the heart and the lungs. There's a little sac, and there's several different diagnoses for this. But when the fluid is clear, then it is hyperthorax. And the symptoms of that is lethargy, heavy breathing, not eating as well. So pretty much the same symptoms as the URI. The only difference is with the URI, you almost always get coughing or sneezing or watery eyes, discharge, or the crackling in the lungs, which Squash didn't have. So I'm just really glad I went with my gut on this, because on day 2 of him being at the new rescue is when they did the x-rays and found out. But because of his size, there's not a ton that can be done. They do drain the fluid with a needle. They do x-rays, and then they drain the fluid with a needle. And for the bigger cats, they do surgery and put in a drain. And there's medications that help, and oxygen therapy. But he's too little for the surgery. So right now he is on oxygen therapy. He is on special medication, and when it needs to be drained, he has it drained. Now, he's had to have it drained twice now. And tomorrow morning is another x-ray, and he may have to have it drained again, probably because his breathing has gotten heavy a little bit again. So it is good that he went. He would not have survived had he stayed here. We wouldn't have diagnosed it properly, and I don't have the equipment to have helped him. And I know it's sad that they had to leave us, but I will always make the decision in favor of the cat or the kittens. So I'm really glad that he went. I will let everyone know if something changes and what I know. And just to let you know, at this time, there is no plan for him coming back here. If he continues, the fluid continues to keep building up, he will eventually have to have surgery. And, you know, I don't have the resources for that. We are talking about Ginger and Cinders because 80% of Squash's time is spent either in the oxygen tank or being held, because you have to like hold him upright for a while. It's a long process, but from what I understand, it's a long process, and he is not with Mom and Cinders very often, and we're kind of worried about Cinders not having a playmate, not having a kitten. Mom is not one of the playful kind of moms, so I don't know. We haven't made a decision yet. Ginger and Cinders, or just Cinders, I'm not sure, may eventually come back here just so Cinders can have a playmate and learn to socialize with other kittens. Lastly, and this is the thing I hate the most doing about rescue, I hate doing it, I'm bad at it. It's probably why this video looks, it's probably why I look so irritable in this video. I just don't like doing it. But fundraising, this last round has just really taken a toll, mentally, physically, and financially. But with Holly and Squash, it's just crazy, and I have to look to the future, because you know, when you deal with kittens, and especially rescued kittens or cats, like when Mom came in, Mom was sick. So I do have to do this part, and I understand that. But here in the next couple weeks, I will be talking about fundraising. The calendar video will be out tomorrow, and it'll explain all about that. And then I'm also going to, a week or two after that, I'm going to have a new fundraiser where you can sponsor a cat or kitten. With the sponsorships, there will be different levels and different things that you get and different things that happen with each kitten. And I'll talk about that later. I just want to warn you. Also, I know my PayPal button was broken. Of course it was. I think I have that fixed. There is a link that I'm going to leave below in this description that will take you directly to PayPal instead of to my donations page. And know that if you are not able to donate, I completely understand, and that these cats and kittens will get the care they need, one way or the other, either from me or from an outside source. But if you can, the links are below in the description to the PayPal and to the Amazon wish list. But I promise not to harp all the time on fundraising and donations. But thank you very much. Hello. Tell everybody hi. Yeah. I know. There's a mess in here, huh? Yeah. Is it a mess in here? Hi, honey. Yeah. Say hello. Hey. Good early afternoon. Oh. I did not film yesterday. Because, well, first of all, I hadn't slept, really, in a couple days. Because of this little boy. Look at his little face, but I can't give him a bath. He's still too weak. Ugh. But, he's doing better. He is nursing a tiny bit. Right at the moment, I'm not feeding him with the bottle, because every time I feed him with the bottle, sorry, I had to pause. Mom climbed up on my lap. But every time I feed him with a bottle of any sort, his breathing seems to get worse. So, I don't know if he sucks it down the wrong way, drinking out of a bottle, or even if he might have an allergy of some sort to the KMR. I really don't know. And, you know, I again called the vet about it, just for some advice, and because I thought at first maybe he had something wrong, you know, like with his esophagus or something, and he was like, well, no, because if he's nursing and getting nourishment, because he has gained almost 2 ounces. You know, he got down to 9 ounces when he first got sick, during his sickness. But he's now back up to like 11.5 ounces, which is pretty much where he was when he first got sick. So, but he said, you know, it really is probably not his esophagus, because when he nurses, he's just fine. We're doing the Karo syrup. We are doing the nutritional paste. That's why he looks like that. It's the nutritional paste. It's a bit messy because it's paste. I'm sorry, Mama. And he is nursing. And Mom is getting lots and lots of food and several food mixed with KMR a day. Aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, you are. You're so pretty. Oh, I am gonna. And one of the reasons I just started filming now is because I'm actually gonna take down the playpen. They're not using it. They won't go in it. That's why all this stuff is down here. Mom just, I don't know. They just stopped using it. Once I let them kind of free roam, they just stay in this area, really, but they don't go in the playpen. Hello. Say hello. Oh, Mom. Oh, Mom and I are about to have words. Every time Squash goes to nurse, she gets up if I'm in here. Now, I've left them by themselves, and she nursed for a little bit, but Squash really needs to nurse. I don't know if you can see it. Because no. I don't know if you can tell, but you see Squash is breathing. He got better, but and I have been trying to figure out what to do with Squash, because Squash is pretty much subsisting on Karo syrup, high calorie gel. Mom, however, is doing a lot better. She really is. And Cinders is doing great. Cinders is already a pound. Cinders is actually over a pound. This little one is 11 ounces. But this little one is 17.5 ounces. Yes. But the reason, and some of you are going to be upset, and I'm very, very sorry about this. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it probably is going to. I have been racking my brain trying to figure out what to do about Squash, because I have upped Squash's antibiotics on vet recommendation to 3 times a day instead of 2 times a day, just to give him a bigger boost of antibiotics, which is done sometimes. And like I said, no, oh my goodness, like I said, it's really his breathing. Like, he is just deep breathing, and we have to figure out why, because yes, I'm sure he has this cold that Mom has, but he's not sneezing, he's not coughing. It's either all stuck in there, even though, you know, I beat him. Not really beat him, it's called capage. But something has to be done. Well, in a last-ditch effort, the vet was saying he probably needed some oxygen and some breathing treatment. Hi, honey. And some breathing treatments. But to be quite honest with you, I can't afford that. I mean, that costs a lot of money. And it's not like I don't think he's worth it. He is totally worth it. So, you know, I've been racking my brain. Well, I called Lindsay. And Lindsay is Mahjong's mom. And, you know, Mahjong's family runs a rescue here. Well, they're not actually here, but they're in Arkansas. And I was talking to her, and I said, well, what do you do? And she said, well, we have all that in-house. And I was like, oh. And she goes, well, let me call my mom and see what we can do. Because, you know, they've taken Mahjong and Xena both. Well, Mahjong is her cat Lindsay adopted. And then Xena, you know, they took to foster. And Xena does have a home already. They've already found Xena a home. So then she called me back finally about 20 minutes ago. And I cried. So I had to wait another couple minutes to film this. Tomorrow, yes, if, overnight, if he has not improved significantly, then they are going to Lindsay's mom's house, because they have, and they're going to go together. We had discussed just having Squash go, but Squash is so little, and Mom is nursing some. I mean, obviously, because this little one, they don't take bottles anymore. They won't take a bottle. And this little one is just a roly-poly. So all three of them are going to go. Lindsay's mom is going to take them and foster them. She said she hadn't had a foster family in a long time, and they have the medical equipment that Squash needs. She has, you know, nebulizers and oxygen and everything. I mean, they run a big rescue. It's not like mine. Mine will get there one day, but it's not. No, I know. And I know everybody will miss them if they go, but this baby can't. I mean, you can't go this long not being able to breathe without consequences. And, you know, it's been several days, and he's, you know, the only time he's active like this is right after he's had the Cairo and the nutrient gel, you know. And I know people hate it when they go out to a different foster, but I mean, it's to save his life. You know, and I'm not exaggerating. It is honestly to save his life. Good morning. Can you say good morning? Yeah, I know. Say good morning. Are you eating your breakfast? Yeah, I just cleaned that. Well, I think Cinders. Well, of course she goes behind me. I think Cinders used it, but of course she's gonna go. But I'd rather her go there than in the carrier. Look. Cinders is in the box. In about 30 minutes. Oh, there. Oh, you're gonna wake up for me? No? Okay. In about 30 minutes, we are leaving. Look, I was trying to clean him up a little bit. That's not like poop or anything. That's the Nutrigel stuff. But he is still, hold on, I don't know if you can see. He's still doing the fast breathing. So I called and she said to go ahead and bring them. She's really excited. No. And he has taken to getting in the litter box, like just sleeping in the litter box. I found him twice last night. Yeah, Angel, hi Mama. In the litter box. Oh, I love you. Yes, I do. Oh. And I hate it. I hate that they have to go. Well, hold on. I hate that they're leaving. I really do. Hopefully he has to use the litter box. And is not just playing in there. It's okay. It's alright. I'm gonna get Cinders and the Mom. Stop rubbing on. I'm going to get Cinders and the puppy and some blankets, and I'm going to put a new heat pack in the puppy because I put that one in there probably 12 hours ago for them to sleep in overnight. So I'm going to get a new heat pack and put it in there, and then we're going to get in the carrier. Yeah, and we're going to go so your baby can get better. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe they'll help you too. I mean, you're almost done well, but your eyes are still real leaky. But, just so y'all know, Mom's not like sneezing or hacking or anything like that. The only thing wrong with Mom anymore is just her eyes. But other than that, she's good. It's mostly for baby. Okay.